Good morning friends, welcome back to Parnika tutorials. In this video, I want to discuss union in C and also I will discuss the basic difference between a structure and union in detail. So I request everyone to watch the complete video for better understanding. First let me define what is a union. Union is a user-defined data type which is used to combine various data types into a single data type. Now with this definition, you can say that, sir, the definition is equal to the structure definition. Yes, I totally agree with you. What is a structure? Structure is also a collection of heterogeneous elements. So whereas union is also a collection of heterogeneous elements. So what are the tasks we can do using the union? We can do using the structure also. Already I have discussed enough about the structure. Am I right or wrong? So now how can we define a structure whose name is student? You will say that, sir, use the keyword called strut, name of the structure, and write the members and close the curly braces. Am I right? So similarly, let me define a student union. Okay, means the keyword I will use it as union in place of strut and the union name. Okay, here the union name I want to write it as a student. Okay, is it clear? Are you able to understand? Now you can define the members. Okay, the data type is int id and next one is float percentage. Is it clear? Are you able to understand? So this is the definition of a union and the name of the union is student. If you replace this union keyword with a structure, then it will become a structure. Is it clear? In place of union, you need to use the keyword called strut. Strut student and then you can do it. Then it will be same of a structure and union. Is it clear? I hope you have understood. Now, how can we declare the variables of a structure? We can write here also, or inside another function also we can declare. Okay, or I can write the statement as union student and the variable name v1. Let's take that. Yes, I can do it. Now the memory allocation will be done once you declare the variable. Am I right? If it is a structure, let's take that. I am writing strut keyword and student. Is it clear? Are you able to understand? Then I am writing the members as int id float per. Okay, are you able to understand it or not? And then I am closing the curly braces. If I declare a variable called v1 which is a strut student or s1, let's take that, then only the memory allocation will happen. When we define a structure, the memory allocation will not happen. Once you declare the variable, then only memory allocation will happen. Now come to the structure, how much memory allocation will happen. Let's take that I am using a 32-bit compiler. If I am using a 32-bit compiler, you know that integer will occupy 4 bytes and then float also will occupy 4 bytes. So totally 8 bytes of memory will be allocated for this variable s1. Now come to the union. The union, how much memory will be allocated is, if it is a 32-bit compiler, you know that integer will occupy 4 bytes and float will also occupy 4 bytes. Now among them, which is greater? Both are equal. Okay, then how much memory will be allocated? If it is a structure variable, 8 bytes is allocated, whereas union, it will allocate 4 bytes only. Means maximum between all the members, how much memory is there, that will be allocated. Here it is 4 bytes, 4 bytes. So maximum is 4. So the 4 bytes is allocated. Let's take that. Here you are taking it as a character. Is it clear? Are you able to understand? Let's take that you have taken a member as a character. Okay. Then you know that a character will occupy 1 byte. Okay. Whereas integer will occupy 4 bytes in a 32-bit compiler. Then how much memory will be allocated? Look at 4 bytes and 1 byte. Which is greater? 4 bytes. So 4 bytes of memory will be allocated for this variable v1. When it comes to the structure, suppose if it is a character member, char a, then how much memory will be allocated for the variable which is a structure student? You know that 4 bytes will be for the integer, 1 byte for the character in a 32-bit compiler. So 4 plus 1, which will be 5 bytes. So this is the only difference between the structure and union. I hope you have understood. In a structure, for a variable, the address allocation or the memory allocation will be the sum of memory allocated required for all the data types, whereas here it will be the maximum among them. Now you can ask me one thing, sir, if 4 bytes of memory is allocated, then how can I store an integer which occupies 4 bytes, a character which occupies 1 byte? Minimum I require 5 bytes. Now remember one thing, if you are using the union, at a time only one value can be stored. Either it can be an integer or it can be a character. If you are storing an integer and then again you are storing a character, then character only will be stored. Is it clear? Are you able to understand? It's simple logic because only 4 bytes are there. Integer itself will occupy 4 bytes. If you want to store character, you need another 1 byte, but it is not allocated. Then at a time only one member value can only be stored. Am I right or wrong? Now to make you understand this concept, let me write a simple program using the union so that you will understand in a clear way. Okay. Let me use the same function, okay, structure definition itself. Okay, before that I will write the hash include stdio.h. Okay, is it clear? Are you able to understand? And then I will write the void main. Okay, is it clear? Then let me declare a variable of student which is a union. So how can I declare? Same way, in place of strut, here I will use the union, and then name of the union is student, and the name of the variable, let's take that s1. Is it clear? If you want to display the size, you want to know, sir, you said 4 bytes and 1 byte for a 32-bit compiler, so 4 bytes of memory will be allocated for this variable. If you want to see the output, you can write the statement printf %d, okay, or you can write the statement the size of the variable s1. Let me write it for you. The size of variable s1 is, okay, %d. Then to know the size of any data type, what operator you have to use? You have to use size of operator, and the name of the variable here it is s1. Is it clear? Then it will display the total memory allocated for this variable s1. Okay, now you want to ask the user to enter the details. So let me write the statement printf enter the student details, or let me assign for you. Okay, let's take that I am assigning s1.id is equal to 65. Okay, is it clear? Then I am assigning s1.a is equal to small a. Let's take it for you. Okay, are you able to understand? Now if I write printf %d %c, if I write s1.id comma s1.a, then what value will be displayed? You please look at it here. Now 4 bytes of memory will be allocated, okay, for this variable called s1. Now first you are assigning s1.id is equal to 65. Okay, I agree with you. Then you are writing s1.a is equal to a. Now it is completely occupied 4 bytes, so it will remove this value 65 and it will store the character a. Now if you have a character a and if you are printing %d s1.id, now a value is there. Now what it will print? You are asking to print a character in terms of an integer constant. Then what value it will print? It will print the ASCII value of this character. What is the ASCII value of small a? Which will be 97. So it will display the output as 97. Is it clear? Are you able to understand? And s1.a, the character you want to display, so it will display a. Are you able to understand it or not? Is it clear? Then if you write the get ch, and close the main function. So this program will print the output as 97 and A. To make you understand, you can write it as \n here also. Are you able to understand? If you want to print it in a new line, then you can write \n then %c. This is also okay for you. Are you able to understand? If it is a structure, then what would have been printed as an output? Is it clear? If it is a structure, you know that then for the id 4 bytes of memory will be allocated. For the character a, 1 byte of memory will be allocated. So 65 will be stored here and then a will be stored here. In that case, if you are displaying the output, then it will display it as 65 and a. But as it is a union, only 4 bytes of memory is allocated, so it will display the 97 and a for you. Is it clear? So this program output will be 97 and a. So I hope you have understood what is a union, what is the difference between a structure and union. If you still have any doubts related to this concept, feel free to ask me in the comment section. Sorry for it. I will try to clear your doubts as early as possible. Thank you for watching the complete video. Have a nice day.